Hello. Welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranch. Today I will be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for some more, select fights. For some select fights, we got a prelim and a couple of main card fights for UFC Vegas 49. So be sure to check out the videos I did prior to this with my early prelims, my prelims, and I do believe, I could be wrong, but I do believe Bahamondes and Rong is the feature fight of the prelim card. So that's why I'm calling these select fights. Feature fight, curtain jerker for the main card, and the card order, I know it's all wacky. Who's gonna put, Cachoeira versus, who is it? I'm sorry. Yeah, Priscilla Cachoeira versus Ji Yeon Kim as the feature fight of the main card. And who's gonna put Misha Cirkunov and Wellington Turman as the co-main event? I don't know why they did any of that. Makes no sense to me. If anything, this and that, and this. So one of these two. This should be feature and this should be the co-main. But whatever. I'm going with the order on Tapology. So without further ado, let's get into this. I have two dogs. My one dog, my big dog, he is in rough shape today. I gotta take him to the vet. So I gotta smash this out so I can take him to the vet. Hopefully, he's very old though. I don't know what the vet's gonna say. I'm trying to be optimistic, but I don't like to even think about the worst. I don't want to know. But my dog Tacoma, I had to help him get up to his paws today. He was whimpering. He's very, I don't know. I think his bones and joints are starting to. It happens. Age. It's wear and tear. I got an old dog. What are you gonna do? Hopefully the vet will say it's just something minor, little muscle cramping or something. But anyway, let's get into this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bum you guys out or anything. And hopefully, with the vet, hopefully it'll be just a little pain reliever. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let's get into this card. We've got the lightweight fight between Ignacio Bahamondes and Rong. Speaking about age, both these guys very young. La Duala, Ignacio Bahamondes, he's 24 years old. He is a 2-to-1 favorite here, minus 200. It did drop from minus 260. That's what it opened up as. And Rong is a young 21. I think he might be the second youngest person with a UFC contract. I think not person. I think there's definitely females like Erin Blanchfield, I think, is younger, and there's a couple other females that are young. But for males, I think he's the second youngest, only behind Chase Hooper. And this is, I imagine, I didn't look it up or anything, but I think Rong was probably the second youngest right after Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper, I think, is barely 20, whereas Rong is going to be 22 in like 3 months or something. So I might as well break the ages. Bahamondes also very young, 24 years old, 21 for Rong. Okay, let's talk about the favorite first. Ignacio Bahamondes, La Walla. He comes in with a record of 12-4 as a professional. Like I said, he's a 2-to-1 favorite, minus 200. Coming off a win against Roosevelt Roberts, where he got the wheel kick in round 3. Before that, he had a unanimous decision, a split decision loss in his UFC debut against John Makdessi. He is 3-2 in his last 5. He's got experience over in LFA, Combate, and Lux, Lux. That is another, I think that is either Brazilian or Mexican scene, regional scene. Okay, Ignacio Bahamondes does have a huge height advantage. I do believe it's like 6 inches. and about a 4.5-inch reach advantage. However, I did hear some of the cappers, more than one of the cappers said Tapology's wrong with Zhu Rong's height. Tapology has Zhu Rong's height at listed as 5'9". They think he's a little bit taller than that, so you know, that's 6 inches, maybe 4 inches. The advantage Bahamondes has in height may not be as a half a foot. It might be just like 4 inches. It doesn't matter. Ignacio Bahamondes fighting out of the Valley Flow Systems, Valley Flow VFS Academy. That is in Illinois. The curtain jerker for the prelims, Carlos Enriquez, also fighting out of Valley Flow Systems. Ignacio Bahamondes started at a very young age. His father is a kickboxing champion in Chile. So Chilean kickboxing champ father, you know, so he's been around fighting his entire life.
So when he was one, he was...
Not one, but when he was very young. When he was very young, he was already exposed to fighting.
It's a trap!
It is a giraffe. I didn't know if it was a cow. Is it sure it's giraffe or a cow? I don't know what it is. But it's the sticker of the day. You can have it when I'm done with the video.
It's the sticker there.
Okay? He's taking on Zhu Rong. Zhu Rong, very young. Zhu Rong started his professional career at age 16, like barely 16. Happy birthday, we got you a professional fight.
Happy birthday.
That's what they're pretty much for Zhu Rong. 16 years old over in China. And that was his first card was a card the promotion was called Bullet Fly. It was in 2016. So do the math, it's 2022 now and he's 21. 2016, he was 16 years old. I looked at that card. Kanan's Song was the headliner of that card. I'm sure you guys know him. Zhu Rong fights out of Embo Fight Club. Su Madarji also fights out of there. So you got that. Zhu Rong started fighting at the age of 9. So they kind of saw the fight in him when he was just a youngster, and they bred him as such. That's why he started fighting pro at 16. His
It's a slinky.
last win was against Brandon Jenkins, ground and pound, round 3. His UFC debut, he took a L against Rodrigo Vargas by unanimous decision. Okay. Before that, he had a win against a one-name guy, Badalaya, and that was in the Wulin Fang WLF promotion over there in China. He knocked out Badalaya in round 3 with he had TKO ground and pound, I do believe. Okay, so Zhu Rong, Ignacio Bahamondes. This is going to be a firefight. Both these guys, very young, very, very good, very hot prospects. Oh, I don't know which way I'm going to go. But let's see what the cappers have to say in this interesting lightweight fight. Okay, we'll start out with who's taking the favorite. We've got Dev the Dude.
Dev the Dud.
Dev.
The Dud.
The Dude.
The Dud. Dev
He's
the
saying
Dud.
by decision for Ignacio Bahamondes. However, Dev's partner, Sell the Red. Sell the Red is taking Zhu Rong by decision. So they are split on that. See what I'm saying? This is going to be interesting what the cappers have to say here. Dead the Dude, Bahamondes, Sell the Red, taking Zhu Rong. It's Chinese, so it could be Rong Zhu, but I'm going to just keep saying Zhu Rong. It sounds better than, oh, you're at the wrong zoo, bud. You want to go to the Bronx Zoo. I'm just, whatever. I don't know where I was going with that joke. But anyway, then we also have UFC Celebrities and Classics. That's my good friend Vlad, the Bulgarian cowboy. His original pick is fight does not go the distance, but you have to take a side. I take Bahamondes. So he's siding with Bahamondes, but his bet, if you will, is fight does not go the distance, which that's a pretty safe bet considering, no, it's not. That would be plus money if he wants to take that, because the bookies have under 2.5 at plus 130, over 2.5 meaning go into decision at minus 160. So Vlad, jump on that. Then jumping back over here, we've got what's going on. Bleed MMA is taking Zhu Rong. And then we've got Bout Better. Bout Better is also taking Bahamondes, and he thinks Bahamondes will get the decision victory here over Zhu Rong, however you want to say it. And finally, because these guys are split, I do use 5 different channels for my capper comparison show. We have another capper, and that is Lay In from UFC Gambling Addicts, also taking Ignacio Layuala Bahamondes for the win. So, there you have it. Bahamondes, the favorite, so he rightfully should be, should have the capper majority picking him. The favorite leading is getting the majority of the cappers picking his way. But you know what? I'm going to go with the Chinese in this fight. Zhu Rong, he impressed me in his... I know it was against a weakish opponent, Brandon Jenkins, but the thing with the Chinese fighters, their whole is their wrestling. But Zhu Rong actually had takedowns. He had offensive wrestling. He's like going for takedowns and landing them. And Zhu Rong, where's he training out of? Embo Fight Club, which is over in China. But I do think he's stateside now. I can't verify that, but I want to say he's stateside, and he's been working with somebody. I didn't write it down. I don't know. He's working with somebody on his wrestling. The wrestling is there for Zhu Rong. Bahamondes, straight. He's kickboxing father, kickboxing background. He's a kickboxer. I don't know. This is going to be a tight fight, but I'm going to go with the plus money and take Zhu Rong here to get it done. Unlike Vlad, I'm going to say it does go to decision, and Zhu Rong is going to get his hand raised in that. Nor, we got to fix your hair. It's a big rat nest in the back. Nora was sick today, but now we have to take the dog to the vet, so I told her she had to get dressed, and we're going to take care of your hair right after this video. Okay? All right, pumpkin. Okay, moving on. Next we have the middleweight fight between RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez taking on Superman, Armin Petrosyan. I don't know if it's Petrosyan or Petrosyan. Petrosyan. That sounds better. Sounds smoother, flowing. Okay, Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop, one of my unranked contender picks, by the way, contest picks, is the slight favorite here at minus 155. He is taking on Armin Superman Petrosyan, 6-1, making his UFC debut as a slight underdog at plus 135. Okay, let's talk about the favorite first. RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez, the Brazilian, is fighting out of the X Gym. However, I've heard now that when he's stateside, he trains at Sanford MMA with Henry Hooft and Company, and specifically Tyrone Spawn. Tyrone Spawn was the guy that He lost in Eagle FC, didn't he? Or did he win? I forget. But he was in the... Was it? Yeah, I think he was like an Eagle FC. I think he was the big favorite, and he lost. I can't remember, but Tyrone Spawn, the main training partner for Gregory Rodriguez over in Henry Hoof's gym, Sanford MMA, down in Florida. Gregory Rodriguez is coming off a nice win against Jun Young Park, standing TKO round 2. Jun Young Park did rock him and wobble him. I think even got knocked down maybe earlier in that fight. But Gregory Rodriguez came out on top with a standing TKO round 2. Before that, he had a unanimous decision victory over Dusko Todorovic. He is 4-1 in his last 5. His last loss was a bad one to Jordan Williams, the diabetic, and that was during the Contender Series, so I don't know what you want to take from that, but Jordan Williams took him out TKO round 1, and I'm not big on Jordan Williams, so not a good look for RoboCop, but he's bounced back very nicely since then. 4-1 in his last 5. Yeah, and RoboCop also does have a 1-inch height advantage and a 5-inch reach advantage. Not bad. Now he's taking on this killer. This Armin Petrosyan, Superman. Armin Petrosyan's coming off a win in the Contender Series, TKO round 1 against a guy named Kaloyan Kolev. Don't know. Before that, he beat Alexandra Zemlikaev. That was in the Coliseum fighting something. He trains out of the Academy MMA that is in Russia. Saperberg Safarov trains out of there. Matter of fact, Petrosyan is the only person training out of the Academy MMA in Russia that doesn't have a V at the end of his name, and that's probably because he's Armenian. He's Armenian, training in Russia. Everybody else listed on Tapology from Academy MMA has a V at the end of their name, and including that is Saperbeg Safarov, little UFC. I don't know if he's still in the UFC, but anyway, he's out of there. This dude's a killer though. 6-1. All his wins are by finish. That guy, Alexander Zemlikov in Coliseum, he finished him in 15 seconds of round 1. Fantastic. His only loss that he does have as a pro, I think overall, I don't think he's got much of an amateur record, is against a guy named Hassan Yousefi, and that was in AMC, another Russian promotional scene. Where he got beat by punches in the first round. So Superman does have a little bit of kryptonite there, so I don't know. Let's see what the cappers have to say about this one. This is a very interesting one. Between RoboCop and Superman, the superheroes, I guess, if you will, taking the favorite in Gregory Rodriguez is absolutely nobody. Yeah, surprised. I know I'm surprised as well. So I might just throw these down. We got taking Petrosyan. We got Bleed, Dev and Sal, both of them. Taking Petrosyan. We got UFC Celebrities and Classics, the Bulgarian Cowboy. Fight does not go the distance, was his original bet, but if he has to take a side, he's taking Petrosyan. Leighton from the UFC Gambling Addicts, also taking Petrosyan. And Bow Better is taking Petrosyan by TKO, but Bow Better does what's his like he's like Joey's pick and G the mattress guy. He also puts their picks up, and one of the two, either Joey or G the mattress guy, I think Joey These are just people in his everyday life, I'm assuming. Joey is taking Greg Rodriguez, but I don't know who Joey is, so I'm not putting him down there. But this is a full capper consensus. A full capper consensus is when
all the handicappers pick one side of the whiteboard.
That's right. So when all the handicappers are in agreement to pick on one side of the whiteboard, and in this case, they're taking everybody's on this show is taking the underdog. Throw some good luck pearls. Did you throw some good luck betting pearls? Okay. All right.
Hey.
Your rat nest in your hair. Go. Okay. So yeah, everybody is taking Armin Petrosyan to beat Gregory Rodriguez, which I find blows me back. I did watch other cappers, and there are some people taking Gregory Rodriguez, but for this show, the cappers I'm using for this show have a full consensus, going with the plus money too. But I can't. I'm gonna go against the full capper consensus. I'm gonna take the favorite. I'm going to take Gregory Rodriguez. I like his experience level. This guy's making his UFC debut. I know he's a killer, and he's 6 wins, all finishes. But who are they against, really? Come on, who are they against? People that I don't know. I mean, at least Gregory Rodriguez does have wins against Jun Young Park and Dusko Todorovic, who I do know. But Khalakhats Kolev and Alexander Zemlikov, I don't know those. And the guy that beat him, Husan Yousefi. What? But whatever. Overwhelmingly, the cappers are leaning to full capper consensus for Petrosyan. You're not going to get that from me, but hey, I can see it happening. The guy's a killer. Rodriguez, people like to fade Rodriguez because he's got an old-looking face, but he is not that old. He's 25. I mean, he might look old, but that doesn't. He's Brazilian. All the Brazilians look. A lot of people think they just lie about their age, but they just. Oh, I'm sorry. Gregory Rodriguez is not 25. He is 30. 30 years old. Armin Petrosyan is a little bit older, 31. But if you look at the guys, Rodriguez does have like a older looking facial feature, like facial bone structure. I don't know, it just looks older in the face, that's all. But I'm going to go with Rodriguez, and I think he's going to get it done probably by decision. Let me see. Yeah, he did take care of Jun Young Park, though. What I heard, though, Gregory Rodriguez, after a round and a half, cardio, bump, bump, bump. So who knows? Who knows? But this guy, Armin Petrosyan, who knows? Because he finishes everybody quick. So have you seen him in the 3rd round? I don't know. I haven't really done a lot of tape study on the guy, to be honest with you. I have seen Gregory Rodriguez fight, though, and I liked how he turned it around and won against Jun Young Park. Call it Reese's Guys, call it what you will. But I'm going to take Gregory Rodriguez to get it done. We'll say by... He's Brazilian against Armenian Russian. Oh, man. How's he going to do it? I don't know. We'll just play the safe card and do it. We'll say by within distance. There you go. Within distance will be my bet. When I do Tapology, I might pick submission. I might pick TKO. I don't know yet. But as of right now, just say within distance. You can bet that sucker and cash that. It's going to be plus money if you do it within distance. Moving on. Next, we have the lightweight fight between Ahal Khalakhats, Armin Sarukin, another Armenian. Both Armenians on this card starting with the name Armin. Is that Is that a thing? Is that like the most common name in Armenian? I don't know. He's another Armenian training out of Russia. Actually, he trains out of Russia and out of Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand. The place in Russia is called Khabarovsk that he trains out of, Armin Tsarukyan. And the dude is real deal though. 25 years old. And he's a real killer. Taking on Joelle Alvarez. Joelle Alvarez is BC Dave's pick, one of his picks for the unranked contender contest. Joelle Alvarez, 28 years old, from Spain. Tapology does not have any place listed as where he's training, so I have no idea where he trains out of. I don't know who he trains with, but he is from Spain, El Finamino. Armin Sarukin is a minus 226 favorite here. Joelle Alvarez, plus 191 underdog. Let's talk about first the favorite in Armin Tsarukyan. Armin Tsarukyan's 4-1 in his last 5. He's on a little bit of a streak. He's beat Christoph Giagos, TKO round 1. He beat Matt Frivola. Heard that earlier on this card. Somebody else knocked him out like 17 seconds, right? Or was that last week? I think it was this week. Somebody, I don't know, Matt Frivola, though, not known for his chin. So, Armin Tsarukyan didn't knock him out. He beat him by unanimous decision, actually. Before that, beat Davi Ramos, unanimous decision. Before that, Oliver Alban Mercier, unanimous decision. And before that, he took his loss against Islam Makhachev, who is the, headlining the main event for this card, and that was by unanimous decision. So if you have Islam Makhachev on a pedestal, which a lot of you guys do, consider Sarukin went to decision with him. He could not get finished. Okay. Now Joelle Alvarez, El Finamino. He's also coming off a nice streak. He's also 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off a win against Thiago Moises, TKO round 1. Before that, Alexander Yakovlev, armbar round 1. Before that, Joe Duffy, we caught him in a guillotine round 1. Finishing all these people round 1, and they're known names, Joe Duffy and Thiago Moises, but also Armin Sarukin finishing known names. And then before that, he fought and beat some guy named Danilo Belluardo, ground and pound round 2. And then he took his most recent loss was to Damir Ismagulov by unanimous decision. Take that for what you will. Here's the kicker though, Joelle Alvarez, 8. If Tapology is correct, he's got an 8-inch height advantage and a 4.5-inch reach advantage over Armin Sarukin. So this guy is going to be huge against Armin Sarukin. Huge. 8 inches taller and 4.5-inch reach. If Tapology's legit, if they're on point, I know a lot of these cappers like you can't go by that. You have to go by UFC stats or Sheer Dog or whatever, but I don't know. I didn't look up any of that. I just went with Tapology. And we'll see what the weigh-ins. And the thing is, Joelle Alvarez, though, he did miss weight in his last win. And this, again, 155. Everybody was assuming he was going to go up to welterweight because of his struggles. He missed weight by like 3 pounds. But, and so you got to keep an eye on the scales. However, if you look at the Tapology head-to-head stats, his last weight was 158, whereas in Armin Sarukin's last weight was 160 something. So if you go by the Tapology stats, Armin Sarukin's have to cut a little bit more. But the thing is, Joelle Alvarez got a huge frame. Like I said, he's 8 inches taller, 4.5 inches longer reach. so it might have a problem getting the weight. So be sure, no matter which side you're taking, keep an eye on the weigh-ins and the face-offs, see how they size up comparatively when they're staring each other in the face. Okay, so let's see what the cappers have to say with this fight, starting with the favorite in Sarukin. Taking him, we've got Leighton, UFC, Gambling Addicts, taking Armin Sarukin. Then we've got UFC, Celebrities and Classics, Vlad, taking the side, Armin Sarukin. Dev and Cell, both taking Armin Sarukin. I think Dev might even mention the word lock, which is ballsy, but Dev is ballsy like that. Bout Betters. Bout Better also taking Armin Sarukin. You see how this is playing out. And finally, what's going on? Bleed MMA, fulfilling this as the second full capper consensus on this card. Everybody in agreement, taking the favorite over the bigger guy, Joelle Alvarez. Do a quick dance for you. Everybody's taking him to beat, taking Armin Sarukian to beat Joelle Alvarez, which he's, oh man, he should and he could and he would, but I'm gonna go with, you know what, when during the my unranked contender contest, we had picks, and when we got to lightweight, when BC Dave picked Joelle Alvarez, I was upset because that was, Joelle Alvarez was supposed to be my first, I had all my picks written down, he was going to be my first pick, but, well actually he was ranked second, but whatever, I was a little upset. I was kind of jealous that BC Dave picked him, and I think Joelle Alvarez is good. I think he's great. I'm liking his last TKO win over Thiago Moises, which, you know, Thiago Moises, if you look at the competition they've had, Joelle Alvarez beat Thiago Moises, Alexander Yakovlev, and Joe Duffy, last three. Those last three can beat Armin Sarukian's last three of Christos Giagos, Matt Steamroller Favola, and Davi Ramos. I don't know. It's a tough fight to pick. That's why I think that, if anything, this should probably be co-main event rather than Wellington Turman and Misha Serkinov. But like I said, I wish I did make the order, but I don't. So anyway, I'm gonna go against the cappers again. I know, call me crazy, whatever, I don't really care. It's my money, and I put my money where I want to. And I'm taking Joelle Alvarez to get it done. I think he's gonna probably get it done. I don't know if this is gonna go the distance, guys. That's the thing. But Sarukian, I don't think he's ever been finished. I mean, he went to decision with Islam. Joelle Alvarez, what's his last loss? He went to decision also, is his last loss. So both these guys showing they do have durability. They do go to decision. And they both have taken decision losses recently. This is a good matchup. Good matchup. I guess I'm going to have to take him by decision. Hopefully he'll use his huge length and outpoint him, outstrike him. I know it's a small cage, which is better for grapplers, but it's hard to get inside if you got a 4.5-inch reach advantage and an 8-inch height advantage. So you're going to be aiming up with your punches. You know, you got to aim up higher, as opposed to Joelle Alvarez aiming downward with his punches, which is gravity backing you up. That's just stupid math. But Anyway, I'm going to go with the upset at plus money. Plus 191. We're going to take Joelle Alvarez by decision. I'm going against two. I think this might be the first time I've ever done that. Go against two full capper consensuses on the card. But hey, that's just how it worked out. And that's how I feel. So to recap. Time check. Thank you. The time is... Alright, I'm going a little bit over. To recap, I've got a big upset with Rong beating Ignacio Bahamondes by decision. I'm not confident with that at all, but I'm taking the dog money there. I think it could go either way. When in doubt, take the value. I'm going against Capper Majority. I don't know what's into me today. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Rong here. Then I've got Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop, the favorite, against the full capper consensus to beat Armin Petrosyan, who's not proven to me. He's unproven. He's coming. This is his UFC debut. He's coming off Contender Series. Hasn't beat anybody that I really know of. So I tend to fade those guys. Whereas in Gregory Rodriguez has established himself as a UFC fighter. So that's why I'm taking Gregory Rodriguez within distance. I don't know if it's going to be a submission or a TKO, but I think it's going to happen inside the distance. And finally, I'm taking the big underdog against the full capper consensus. I'm taking Joelle Alvarez to be Armin Sarukin against my better judgment, but I'm flying high with the kid. Flying high with El Phenomeno. I think Armin Sarukin is good, but I think Joelle Alvarez will use his size advantage, outpoint him, and get the decision victory in the judges' eyes. And there you have it. So gather the info, place those bets, and cash those tickets. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Give me that thumbs up. Go ahead and fill the comments with who you think, especially if you're taking one of these underdogs like me. Well, Gregory Rodriguez isn't, but if you're but he is in the capper consensus anyway. But anyway, if you're put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know who you're taking. I'm really interested to see both sides. Maybe you can sway me. I'm going to lock this parlay in right now. Parlaying Rong, Gregory Rodriguez, Joelle Alvarez. Cash it. It'll be a plus money parlay. But I will make another, possibly flip my picks during the live stream tomorrow night with BC Dave and Mbe. She promised she'll be on with her face. Not the, just the picture and the sound and audio. It's going to be actually visual. She promised. You better stick to your promises, Mbe. But anyway, tomorrow night, after the weigh-ins and face-offs, stay tuned for that live stream at 8 o'clock. We're going to go over every fight on the card. I might flip my pick on this one. I don't know. I could flip my pick on a lot of them, depending on how the people look in the weigh-ins and face-offs. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your bets, and I'll see you actually later today. I'm going to cover the main card fight, so I'll see you guys later.